obvious step was to make the same bottom end and make an outboard motor. What you're looking at here is the very first prototype. It was built in 1972, and you can see that it's a 40 size motor. Next example we have was produced probably a year or so afterwards, and you can see we have now got a 6, albeit only a Fox 60 size engine. The engine is built onto a cruciform, and we still use the system of tensioned rods that run right through the whole outboard, and the casing is a series of fiberglass mouldings, which was quite alright, but stood the temperature with no problem at all. But the structure was not rigid enough for long life, so we then started making metal casting. This was the version that we made for the next 4 or 5 years. It has all metal castings. It still uses the tension rods, and but with much better and stronger in one piece. The cowling, of course, is still fiberglass, and as you can see, it's hinged on the back instead of today where we lift it right off. The prototype, which was never put into production, it again goes back to the fiberglass middle section, but was only a one-off. But it was a better looking motor, and you will see the resemblance to the newer ones, how that creeps in. This is the first of the International Hobbies outboards, and you can see the similarity between the others we've just looked at. These castings, of course, were die casting as opposed to investment casting. They were a bit more precise, and the machining eventually became very much better. Prototype made in International Hobbies before the very latest outboard. This is a shortened casting, and from that was developed the final version of the International Hobbies outboard. We're looking at an example of one of the International Hobby outboards there, with a little adapter on the end to bring it into line with noise restrictions over here. This period we also developed a 3.5 version. The one on the right there was one produced in England, and that has a plastic lower end, but we also made them with metal castings for the lower unit. The one on the left is one made to the same basic design, but in Colorado by International Hobbies. On my return to England in 1987, I decided that too expensive was this production of outboards with gears, and the cost of the equipment and everything was prohibitive for what modelers would accept. So, accepting the inevitable, I then tried to develop something using a flexi-shaft drive, but which would enable you to use a non-specialized motor, and which would have the correct underwater shape so that you would get the best out of power trim. What you're looking at now is the 40-60 size on your left and the 3.5 size on your right were the first shapes produced. The one on your left here